Please, you're gonna be nice and toasty.
Please rise. Hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing and join the board in a moment of silence as we honor our first responders, our active military, our veterans, and today we ask that you keep in your thoughts and prayers the family of our village clerk, Brian Rivera. They lost their mother over the holidays, Peggy Ann, and our condolences and our thoughts and prayers are with our clerk and his family. We'd also ask that you keep in your thoughts and prayers the family of Mike Murphy, a young man who passed away suddenly and unexpectedly, father to 4 girls in our school system here, and so we, of course, mourn his loss as well. Thank you. I'll entertain a motion for approval of bills and payroll.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori, seconded by Trustee Casado. Mr. Rivera.
Good evening, and thank you, Mayor, Board, and everybody's staff, and everybody who reached out and attended the wake for my mom. It really means a lot to me and my family, so thank you. And Happy New Year. Resolved to approve the minutes of the meetings of the Board of Trustees from December 4th and December 11th, 2024.
Entertain a motion. Motion by Trustee Casado. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Salaski. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Resolved to authorize the emergency replacement of an existing Village Hall Community Center HVAC rooftop unit by Five Star Mechanical for a total cost of $17,584.
Of course, just like home ownership, things always happen at the worst possible time, and this is no different. This cold snap, we've had some issues with our heating and our mechanical units here, and so we have to replace one of them in an emergency so that we could get the seniors back here and so that we could get the Village Hall in its entirety running, up and
Yes.
running. So I would entertain a motion to please approve this emergency replacement.
Motion.
A motion by Trustee Clark, seconded by
Me?
Trustee Casado. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried.
Resolved to approve a request by the Evening Star Quilters for the use of a general purpose room for guild member sessions on Saturday, January 18th, 2025, and Saturday, February 15th, 2025, from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m.
All right, hopefully we'll have the heat up and running by then. If not,
The
they can
classrooms,
use the
classrooms
quilts.
have heat.
They could use the quilts. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori. Do I have a second? Second by Trustee Casado. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And just 2 personnel items. Resolved to accept the resignation of Kelly Dorney, Secretary to the Zoning Board of Appeals in the Building Department, effective December 30th, 2024, and approve a lump sum separation payout for unused accumulated time in accordance with the collective bargaining agreement.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion to approve, with regret, the resignation of Ms. Dorney from the Building Department.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Clark. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Salaski. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Resolved to accept the resignation of Donna Thompson, Secretary of the Planning Board in the Building Department, effective January 14th, 2025, and approve a lump sum separation payout for unused accumulated time in accordance with the collective bargaining agreement.
Okay, and Donna, who's also moving on to other pastures, we wish her well. We will miss her and wish her good luck in her new job. I'll entertain a motion to approve.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Casado. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Deputy Mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Thank you.
Yep, and we will be interviewing for both of those positions in the coming days, so, Building Department is functioning, up and running, no worries, okay? Mr. Chacon?
Good evening, Mayor, Board, John
Good
Jay.
evening.
Good morning.
Happy New Year.
Good evening.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I have one item tonight. Resolve to authorize the following service award payment for the fire service award to the following Mineola Fire Department volunteer pursuant to the LoSAP effective January 1st, 2025. David S. Kearney.
Okay, entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori, second by Trustee Casado. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Anything
Thank you.
else? That's it? Okay. Thank you, Mr. Chacon. Happy New Year. Okay, Mr. Palumbo.
Good evening and Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
I have quite a few things. We've been off for a while. First, request a resolution authorizing the purchase of 17 King Pendant luminaries from the 2024 street lighting maintenance contract. The vendor is Dennis O'Regan Electric in the amount of $50,745, and the funding source is a CDBG funding and/or the 2024-2025 general fund unreserved fund balance.
Okay, entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori, second by Trustee Casado. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next, request a resolution authorizing the engineering services for the review and evaluation for both water and sewer availability for the upcoming projects as stated on the board agenda. The engineers is the D&B Engineers and Architects. The funding would be the Developers Fund and/or the Water Fund unreserved fund balance.
Okay, so this is something that we've been talking about for a while, where essentially the upcoming projects will be responsible for paying this hydraulic study to determine water availability, sewer availability, as well as any infrastructure improvements or upgrades that may be needed in relationship to water and sewer. I'll entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Mr. Casado. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Salaski. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next, request a resolution authorizing the engineering services for Well 7 sodium hypochlorite storage and feed system permitting. D&B Engineering and Architects is the engineers, the cost of $7,000, and the funding source will be the 2024-2025 water fund budget and/or the water fund unreserved fund balance.
Okay, I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Request a resolution authorizing the engineering services for Crandall Drive generator and ATS replacement. Engineers at D&B Engineering and Architects. The cost of $20,000, and the funding source will be the 2024-2025 general fund budget and/or the general fund unreserved balance.
Entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee Salaski. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Clark. All in favor? Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next, request a resolution authorizing the award of the contract for purchase of carbon media, bituminous coal-based activated carbon media, and reject all bids for the coconut shell-based activated carbon media. The contract will be Calgon Carbon Corporation in the amount of $641,300, and the funding source will be the 2024-2025 water fund budget and/or the water fund unreserved fund balance.
And this is for Well 7?
This is for all the wells eventually, because they have all the GAC systems there.
Right.
So this is the carbon, activated carbon, that'll be replacement when it's needed.
Okay, when it's needed?
Yeah,
Okay, so
when
this
it's
is not imminent?
It will be for well 7, but
Right.
in the future, maybe a couple of months down the line, it's still, because that was the first well that was online.
Online,
And
right?
it's been there, 4 years now?
Right.
And it's the same carbon media.
Yeah, so essentially, this is, if you think about it, it's like having a filter, a Brita filter. Every once in a while, you have to replace the
Yes.
filter. In this case, you have to replace the actual carbon that's inside. At one point, there have been, or there does exist coconut husks that are used instead of the charcoal, but what we've discovered is that the lifespan of those coconut husks may not be as long, so although it may be cheaper, you may actually end up paying more because you'd have to replace it more frequently. And so we're going with, until there's more studies or more information on the coconut husks as filtration, we're gonna go with what we know, which we've done a good job at well 7. It's actually lasted a number of years, so, I'll entertain a motion.
Yes.
I just have one
Any
question.
Question, yeah.
Is there lead times on these?
No, they're rarely
They're rare-
available.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Yeah, and what a bargain.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori, do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Trustee Salosky, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
Next, request a resolution authorizing the engineering services for condition assessment of the Elm Place elevated storage water tank. Engineers are D&B Engineering and Architect, the cost of $9,400. The funding source will be the 2024-2025 water fund budget and/or the water fund unreserved balance.
Yeah, so this is, the big storage, overhead tank, which is probably
Half a
70
mil.
years old.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's about 70 years
I think
old.
1959.
1959,
Yeah.
so, and every so often, it has to be checked, it has to be painted, and what this does is they actually climb up there, they check all the rivets, they check all the painting, they check if anything needs to be replaced. There are inside the tank, so they actually have to physically climb into the tank, empty the tank, check it out from inside, and so this $9,000 is just to do that.
Yes.
To see if we have to paint it, we have to restore it, we have to get a new one,
Yeah.
because it is kind of getting to the point of, it's at the end of its useful
Lifespan.
life span, so, yeah, that's not gonna be a cheap job either, but for now, we're gonna evaluate it, fingers crossed, everything's good, and we can get away with perhaps just painting it, but we will need to do this assessment in order to determine it. They send in, cameras, and then they actually physically climb in, and
Yeah,
Check
it'll,
it.
What's the steel
it's
for
a little bit undertaking. They climb that actual tower, so.
Yeah. So Paul, they're looking for volunteers. Climb.
Mayor, I was just gonna say that, are you and Lenny gonna do that?
Yeah.
Not for $9,000.
Not, but right, $9,400,
No.
it seems like
And no
pretty cheap.
harness to get me up
Yeah,
there.
yeah, but we do give them parachute on that. Okay, so that's where we are, and once they do
I'm
the
just gonna say-
evaluation, we'll know more, what the next steps are, and there will be next steps.
Yes,
What the next steps are will be determined by
what we have
by
to do.
this, okay? Because I believe it's held together with rivets, which they don't really even use anymore, but hopefully they built, back then they built things to last, so hopefully.
lasted.
Hopefully it'll last a little bit longer.
Yeah, another 30 years would be nice.
Yeah.
I'll entertain a motion.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Salosky, seconded by trustee Clark, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed, motion carries.
I have a couple personnel items. First, request a resolution accepting the retirement resignation letter received from Mark Diodato, Labor Supervisor in the Sanitation Division of the Department of Public Works, and authorizing the benefit payout in accordance with the collective bargaining agreement.
Okay, Mr. Diodato has been here for 30 years at least.
37.
37 years. He's been running the sanitation department, and his father ran it before him,
Yes.
right? His father, so.
Does he have a son?
I know he does have children, but I
Yes.
do think he's retiring and he's moving to warmer
Florida.
climates. So
Yeah.
we do want to thank Mark for his service to the village, and we want to wish him well. And I will entertain a motion to accept his resignation with regret and to approve the payout.
Motion.
Motion
Second.
by Deputy Mayor Sartori, seconded by trustee Casado. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Next, request a resolution appointing the existing employee, Chris Barbino, for the Labor Supervisor in the Sanitation Division of the Department of Public Works, retroactive to January 1st.
Okay, so Mr. Barbino, who's in sanitation, will essentially be taking on Mark Diodato's responsibilities and be promoted to labor supervisor in sanitation. He's more than ready to take this on, and so hopefully we'll have him around for 37 years. and
Yes.
We won't have to decide that. So I entertain a motion for that promotion.
Motion.
Motion by trustee Salosky. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by trustee Clark. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
And finally, request a resolution to post for the following positions in the Department of Public Works: a Labor Highway Division and a Labor and a Sanitation Division.
Okay, because we've had a number of retirements and we've had people move around within the Department of Public Works. We do have 2 openings, so I'll entertain a motion to post for both of those, a laborer in sanitation and a laborer in DPW, highway. Yep.
Motion.
Motion by Deputy Mayor Sartori, second by Trustee Casado. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
That's it, thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for your
Thank you.
patience.
Paloma, that's a lot. Okay. Mr. O'Keefe?
Good evening, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
So total number of electrical, plumbing, commercial, and residential permits issued for the month of December 2024 is 84, a little less than what we had the month before, but that's the time of year. I just want to remind, yet again, residents, property owners in the village to obtain the required permits prior to any construction. Can't stress this anymore because we've caught many people doing work without it, and it's a much more difficult process for the residents to get what they need done. Winter months, I just want to remind the residents to keep their sidewalks clear, fire hydrants as well of any snow accumulation, as well as keeping vehicles off the streets during any snow emergencies. I know we haven't had much snow, but just to make that clear. That's really all I have for tonight, if anybody has any questions at all.
No? Any questions?
No?
Thank you, Mr. O'Keefe.
All right, thank you.
And last but not least, Mr. Gibbons?
Thank you, Mayor. I don't have anything tonight.
Not even a Happy New Year?
Happy New Year.
Thank you, thank you. Okay, with that, I'll entertain a motion to close our work session.
Motion.
Motion by Trustee
Second.
Clark, second by Trustee Casado. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carried. We are going to go right into our public meeting. Good evening, everyone, and Happy New Year to all of you. Winter has certainly arrived, as was just mentioned. Fortunately, the snow has not really arrived yet, so we're thankful for that. They are predicting perhaps a coating this weekend. More concerning is the freezing temperature, so please be careful. And, last night, today is Wednesday, January 8th, and last night we had a very, very windy night, and many of you probably experienced this, where the recycle was knocked down and things were being blown about. So just make sure that you put out your garbage and your recycling in the morning, or if you're gonna do it in the evening, make sure that it's heavy enough or secured enough in a bin so that it's not going down the street. It was pretty unique, the wind last night, but again, just be aware of that, and on days that are gonna be windy, don't put your garbage out that far in advance, okay? I'd also like to wish our fellow trustee, our member up here on the board, Ms. Donna Soloski, a very happy birthday. It is today, so happy birthday to you, Donna.
Thank you very much.
And that's all that I have, so Deputy Mayor.
Thank you. Happy New Year, everybody, and happy birthday, Donna. Hope you had a
Thank you.
great celebration today. Sorry you're spending the rest of it with us. I just wanted to say 2 quick things. Sanitation, the new sanitation flyers are out. If you did not, for some reason, receive one, please come by Village Hall. It will give you all of the information on holidays and different pickups for holidays and all the ins and outs of sanitation routes and anything you need to know about sanitation. So please come to Village Hall and pick one up if you did not already get one in the mail. And one other thing is our Mineola Volunteer Fire Department has a new phone number. It's, Mineola Ambulance Corps, Volunteer Ambulance Corps, new phone number, 516-226-MVAC. That's MVAC, or 6822. So you can reach them that way. Obviously, if it's an emergency, you could call 911 as well. But if you wanted to reach them directly, that is their new phone number. And Happy New Year.
Thank you. Trustee Casado?
Thank you, Mayor. First and foremost, Happy New Year to all of you. I hope that 2025 treats you and your family well. I also want to take this time to congratulate our mayor, who on December 18th was recognized by the Mineola Garden City Rotary for his community service. Mayor, congratulations.
Thank you. That seems like such a long time
It
ago.
does, and I
Yes.
apologize for not saying that
Seems
because,
like last year.
yeah, it was.
I also wanted to take this time to thank our Mineola volunteer firefighters who for 14 days, December 9th through December 23rd, took Santa and Frosty and Rudolph throughout the streets of our village to put a smile on a child's face, Operation Santa. According to ex-chief Gary Mesa, who coordinates Operation Santa, the Mineola Fire Department went to 234 homes. And during that 14-day period. Plus, on top of that, on Thursday evening, December the 5th, they took Santa to the Mineola Morgan Park apartment complex to light their tree. Then the following night, December 6th, they did the tree here in Village Hall. Then the following weekend, that Saturday, December 14th, our fighters would take Santa to another Christmas celebration at Jackson Avenue School, a celebration for a special group of challenged children. And then with all that being said, they also, at the request of our Executive Secretary, Mr. Blakeman, they went to Uniondale for another holiday celebration. And according to ex-chief Mesa, there were maybe like 1,000 people at that event. And I need to tell you that during these 14 days, the average nighttime temperature was about 17 degrees. So again, a shout out to our volunteer firefighters for their commitment, their service, and their dedication to our village. You know, they are your friends, they are your neighbors. And with that being said, speaking about commitment and dedication, I want to take this time to congratulate Company Number 1 ex-captain and now an honorary chief, Jack Fernandez, who three weeks ago, Sunday, December 15, attained his 50th year of service. Jack, congratulations to you. And Mayor, as you know, Jack's dedication has certainly rubbed off on his son, Michael, who is now serving as our second assistant chief. And one more thing, our junior fire department, our future firefighters, their 28th annual pasta dinner will take place on Sunday, March 9th, here at the community center, noon to 5. So please support our juniors. I'm done, Mayor.
All right, thank you. Trustee Clark.
Good evening and Happy New Year to everyone. I also want to thank the fire department for doing an outstanding job with Operation Santa. It's such a part of this village in the holiday season that is enjoyed by many, so thank you for the great effort there. And also thank you to the village staff for their efforts putting the holiday season together with decorations and the festival at the library. It really was a great event over there in the park, so thank you so much for that. And that concludes my report.
All right. Birthday girl?
Thank you. Happy New Year, everyone. I was one of those 234 homes that
Yes,
Santa
you were.
came
Yes,
to
you
visit.
were.
And of the 5 grandchildren, 1 was too small, but the other 4, I can't tell you the smile on their face, the excitement and anticipation. And as I said last year, the minute Santa left, they were all asleep. I think they just passed out after all that energy they had in anticipation. So thank you, Gary. Thank you to the fire department. And on behalf of the board, I just want to send our best to all the residents and firefighters out in LA fighting those horrendous fires. I hope they get control of those and no further lives are lost out there.
Absolutely. Thank you, Trustee Solosky. Couple of things that I want to mention that I forgot to mention before. So we're already, Trustee Clark mentioned the holiday winter wonderland that we had down at Memorial Park. Linda and Brian and myself and our event planner have begun to meet already to discuss the events for 2025. A lot of the things that we've did in 2024 returning. We have some new additions, so keep an eye out for that. In the spring, we'll start to put those dates out. We'll start to put out those events. Again, remember to sign up for email alerts and text alerts, and also follow us with our website, mineolaevents.com. But look forward to that coming out in the next couple of months. as well as the Sounds on Second series and the Concerts in the Park series. So once again, we have a great year planned out. We're working out some of the details, but once we have those dates secured, we will make sure to start getting them out to the community. And I want to thank Linda and Brian and Daisy and Grace for working on that. And of course, with the support of our DPW staff and our treasurer who signs the checks. So, thank you. Wait, actually, I sign the checks, but you write them, right? I also want to congratulate, last year around this time, we sat here and we congratulated Deputy Mayor Sartori because her son Luigi was recognized as one of the Regeneron Science Competition semifinalists. And I had mentioned at that time that in my 32 years at Mineola, there had only been one prior to that. Last year, we had two. Well, I'm proud to announce that there is another Regeneron semifinalist this year. Fatima Badula, who is a Mineola resident as well, was just recognized as a semifinalist for Regeneron. So great job, Fatima. Congratulations. And hopefully this becomes a yearly, announcement. So I want to make sure that she gets the recognition that she deserves. And I'd also like to finish off, not on a somber note, but once again, I want to express our condolences to our village clerk, Brian Rivera, who lost his mother over the holiday season. And our thoughts and prayers were with Brian and his family, and we certainly hope that 2025 certainly is better to your family than the end of 2024. So the entire board, we thank you for your service, and we of course want you to know that we're here to support you. So thank you. And with that, I'll entertain a motion to close our public meeting. Motion by Trustee Clark, seconded by Deputy Mayor Sartori. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Thank you, everyone. Happy New Year. Have a great night. Stay warm. Oh, no, we're gonna meet next week. I don't know. Nobody,
Oh.
that's what, yeah. So I said, yeah, exactly.